Hello, it's been horrible and hot in Melbourne today and I have been feeble and grumpy, but the cool change has come through, so I'm much relieved. And there might be a bit of wind noise on the camera and just sort of visual wind effect. Pretend I paid a lot of money for dramatic effects. Anyway, Hilda's back with us, and Hilda's back with us for one very good reason, and that is sleeves. I finished it. It's off the hook, it's done, it's complete. I have finished it. I don't know how long it took me. I meant to look it up. I think it's either been 4 months or 14 years, somewhere between those two amounts of time. Anyway, I'm really happy with it. It's a little too warm for me to put it on still, because I'm still very warm from being inside my very warm house, but I did put it on yesterday. So here's how it looks on me rather than on Hilda. Not that Hilda's not rocking it, because Hilda is absolutely rocking it. So I am very, 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 very happy with this, which is good because I spent a lot of time on it. And it has been washed, it hasn't been blocked, because I don't have anywhere big enough to block a piece this size. And between you and me, even if I did have a space big enough to block this, I wouldn't block it anyway. I don't like blocking, I can never be bothered doing it. It's fine, everything's always fine. So for those who don't crochet, blocking is basically, what I would do is wet the piece or wash the piece and then pin it out so that these points, for example, were very pointy when it dries. And that just kind of makes the pattern shine a little bit. It makes it sort of tidier and look neater. But I think it's come out pretty well with just its wash. I really like these pyramid details, by the way, just in the middle there. So it's washed, it's not blocked. The washing has relaxed it beautifully, so it's nice and drapey. It was a little bit stiff before it was washed, and a little bit shorter, actually, because my tension tends to be quite tight. And I was using a smaller hook than the pattern calls for. Now, I'm going to show you the back, which looks much the same as it did last time, but as I said, it has stretched out a little bit. And I'm just going to lift these sleeves up because Hilda hasn't got any arms. It's fine, Hilda, nobody's judging. Now, people will talk. So what I wanted to point out is this is so full of mistakes. There's mistakes all through this. So a lot of these V-stitches, which I can't find an example now, and that's not even the V-stitches. Have I got the V-stitches in shot? No, they're up here. So these rounds, which are supposed to be V-stitches, a lot of them aren't V-stitches. A lot of these rounds have been fudged to fit at the end when I get to the end and go, oh, I've done something wrong there. Because I'm not a perfectionist. And I just wanted to, Hilda, I just wanted to point that out because the Giddy Stitcher put up a very good video last week about this perception that crafters are talented. And I'm guilty of that myself. I've called people talented, and really what I should have said is skilled and able to persevere, because that's what we are. We are able to persevere. I don't need the wind. I'm being profound. I can't be profound if it's windy. Anyway, I will put a link in the description, but I did want to point out that just because I have a cheap camera and a YouTube channel doesn't mean I'm in any way particularly skilled or talented. This is, for all it seems like a massive project, very actually straightforward. It is 3 stitches, 3 different stitches and chains. And it comes in a pattern that is every row, every round is illustrated, so you know what it's supposed to look like. So it's a pattern of perseverance, not of skill. And I'm really so happy with it, which is good because, as I said, I spent a long time on it. Now, oh, I wish you could have seen that. It just did this wonderful little, and you can't see it because I'll see if I remember to record a bit of it doing that because it's very good. Now, Hilda, I'm going to put you to one side. So this, I'm just going to tell you what the yarn is because I don't think I mentioned what this yarn is. Just in my brain reset just then. I don't think I mentioned what the yarn is often enough. It is predominantly Hobie Silly Socks in the Happy Clown colourway. It is also a considerable amount of dog hair and also my own hair. Now, when I ordered the yarn, I was worried that I might not be buying enough of the yarn, and as it turns out, I've got one. Oh, there's another one. I bought 8. So hang on. There's one more in here. There's one more in here. There's one more in here. Here it is. So I've got 3 full skeins left. The reason they're tangled is because I was pulling out yarn to find the colour progression again, because there was a couple of manufacturers' knots which I think there was 3 manufacturers' knots that I hit, and one of them kept the colour progression so it was fine and the other 2 didn't, so I had to go sort of start a new ball in a different spot. So I've got 3 full skeins left and 3 partials. It's going to look great on the loom, I'm not worried, but I did perhaps overbuy yarn slightly. But worth it. You know, my justification for that is the yarn had to come from Denmark and I didn't want to have to wait. I think it's a very good justification. Anyway, as I said, it'll look great on the loom. So this is done. I'm very excited about it. Now I just need for it to not be summer so that I can wear it. Hopefully the next market I do, which is, well, I've applied for one in December, so we'll see. Hopefully it will be cool enough to wear this. Although a friend of mine did just say just wear less underneath it, and I don't think the world's ready for that. Anyway, Hilda, I'm going to pop you to one side, my darling, and I'm going to show, there was something on the big loom a couple of weeks ago. I know I missed last week. Last week was, oh my gosh, my brain was so full of things last week that I actually barely touched. This looks wrong. This looks very wrong. I'm just trying to find Hilda's, I'm just trying to pick Hilda up. You know what, I might just leave her here, because I'm starting to feel like, you know, I should buy you a drink. Anyway. So yeah, last week, very mentally busy. The little loom has not been touched since I showed you a couple of weeks ago. I will get onto that. But there was something on the big loom and I wasn't sure that it was going to be long enough. Have I finished it? No. No, I haven't. I've taken it off the loom though. Come on. So it hasn't had its fringes. Oh, what is my hair doing? Anyway, that's a problem for me, not you. So it hasn't had its fringes trimmed, let alone twisted. But here's how it looks. You might be in the way, actually, Hilda, just between you and me. So I wasn't sure how long this was going to be, but it did, as it turned out, I did have enough to make it a wrap length. So this yarn, oh, it would have been good if I had looked that up, wouldn't it? This is Bendigo Wool & Mill's multicoloured sock yarn. I knew I'd remember. In 2 colourways that I can't remember. Oh, one of them is Oriental Flowers. That's the weft is Oriental Flowers. And I think the warp is Caramel Toffee or something along those lines. I will look it up and put it in the description. So that is how that has come out so far. It needs wet finishing, it needs its fringes done, but as I said last week, very busy. But I'm quite happy with it, and it is as long as a wrap should be, so I didn't run out of yarn quite as soon as I thought I might. So that is off the big loom. The big loom is empty at the minute because I am theoretically sewing. I've made about 4 bags. I'm hoping things settle down and I can get back to making a lot of stuff because brain very full. But I think that's all I have for you this week. So I've made some Moore's bags, but I forgot to bring them out. I will show you some next week because I've got more to make. I've got quite a lot cut out. And I'll show you this hopefully finished next week. The thing on the little loom, which I didn't bring out because I'm a professional. That should be off the loom for next week as well. But that is all I have for you this week. So we can celebrate that this massive project is done, and I'm excited to have it, and I think it came out really well. So you take care of yourself, have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.